Scrap and Jock finally get together to tell Rashida and Three Earrings that Collateral was going around saying that they need to keep his name out their mouth, and also Rashida really be choosing on them. Now, after this was said, Three Earrings took it quite well, but Rashida was real upset. And I'm trying to figure out, is there any truth to this? Child, we about to figure all this out. Is y'all ready to talk about it? Let's juice.
Come on, Blaze.
It's the beef for me.
Wah 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Voodoo Doll TV, back with a quick little juice or whatever the case may be. And we are here discussing love in hip hop Atlanta. Don't matter the season, don't matter the episode. Girl, look, let me tell y'all what's going on. So we all know that there's this feud going back and forth between Rashida and her husband, Three Earrings, as we all know him to be Kirk. Now, they have a beef and battle going on with Yandy Luther the King and her husband, Collateral. And when you peel back the layers of why these two couples are beefing, it's simply because both of them are trash. Literally, both husbands don't care about their wives and don't respect the sanctity of their marriages. Both of their wives are walking around in this facade that really truly only exists in their heads, because everybody outside of their world knows that these two women look a mess. And you know what's even worse about this? Even though no matter what these two women do, they know that we're not going to believe that they're in these happy marriages. Rashida will at least sit down and play stupid in front of the camera. Yandy, in my opinion, is going out of her way to concoct these stories about her cheating. And honestly, in my opinion, it's not really coming off too believable. And it also tells me a lot about Yandy Luther the King. But either way, these two couples are horrible, all four of them all together. I think they need to all create an island and have like-minded couples like them go on that island and just go away and leave us alone. Because them coming on this love and hip-hop stuff with this back and forth is really a lot. And it's too much going on with Rashida and her husband and her two kids, or three if you want to add the other son, for them to even be having this stuff popping. Now, I get it. The show was taped before this is aired. I get that. However, this is a culmination, or this whole situation has been a culmination, if you know, you know, of all the things that Rashida and Kirk should have been paying attention to other than other people's marriages. But I digress. Either way, Yandy and Collateral are now the bad guys because Collateral's going around saying that Rashida want to sleep with him. Not really saying it in those words, but kind of insinuating it. And then we have Rashida, who really is upset about it. And unfortunately, Kirk is not as upset. He said he'd just rather, never speak to Collateral ever again. And I'm over here saying, girl, bye. Anyway, we got that going on. Erica Banks comes out to her parents, or at least she lets her parents know that her and her girlfriend of 3.5 weeks are talking about marriage. And we're going to get into what her parents have to say about this. We have a few other things going on in this episode, but I need you guys to do me a favor right now. Grab your things, grab your earpods, your liquor, your za, anything you need so we can get right on into this episode. I also need you guys to not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you know when I go live or upload more of these videos, child. Now, is y'all ready, girl? Let's get into it. So now the episode opens up young Jock and his immediate family are walking out of the courthouse. And for those of you who don't know why, it's because his brother lost 3 of his kids in a house fire, and he was then also arrested for negligence of the children inside the fire, okay? Now, according to Jock, he said they did get a bond, but it's $100,000 per child. That's $300,000 to bond his brother out, which 10% of that would be $30,000. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Jock ain't got no money. I know y'all ain't surprised, right? I hope not. Either way, this here is the baby mama / girlfriend of the brother. I don't quite get this. I'm sorry. I could not lose 3 of my kids. Let me just digress. I just don't get this, but bless the lady's heart. And Kendra in the back seat talking about, we just gonna pray and keep praying. Prayer gonna get him in there and prayer gonna get him out. Shut up, Kendra. How much you got on a doggone case? Ain't you the attorney? Your husband said he broke. Girl, I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I can't even find no real information on this stuff. This is just a storyline we going through on Love and Hip Hop, but something in the milk ain't clean. Let's move on. So now Erica Banks has a show in Dallas, and a few of the girls are coming out to see her. Now, a few of the girls that's coming out is Jasmine, her homegirl, and the Jessica model girl. Now, they meeting up with Erica Banks, who's over there with her old lady. You know, she goes everywhere. She goes like a my buddy girl, kid sister or something. I don't know, whatever one she like. Either way, she's trailing behind my girl, and my girl is so happy to introduce her girl to all of her peeps. Now, Erica is super excited about her show that's coming up. She says she's an independent artist and she's been working hard, and I didn't know that she comes from such a great background. Erica Banks comes from a background of well-to-do black people. You know what I'm saying? She's from Dallas, so doing this show in Dallas is super, super dope for her. Now, Erica introduces her girlfriend to Jessica, and she starts to explain to Jessica as she begins to probe and ask all of these questions about how her mother and father have come around to the idea that she likes women, that she's always liked women, and that they're cool with her dating her significant other, which is the girl Dro. Now, the only issue here, according to Erica, is that her father, I think she said, was a pastor, or at least she come from a pastoral family, and she's afraid that they've been talking about marriage, and she don't know if her parents are gonna go for it. Now, she said they just started coming around to feeling like it's okay for her to date this girl, but marriage is something serious and something a bit deeper. So she don't know how that's gonna go. Now, Jessica was just like, girl, just tell your parents how you feel, and things are gonna work out for the better. So Erica, while she's here in Dallas doing her show, she's gonna have her girlfriend, I think that's what she is, pull her daddy to the side and ask for her hand or his hand in marriage. I think that's how it go. Anyway, girl, let's move on. So now we move to the next scene, and Yandy gets into her acting mode. So Yandy falls from a tree right into the confessional to tell us that she is stressed out because the blogs and all these other people are trying to tear down her marriage. She said that she had a friend who she was close to. She was cool with this boy. They shared everything, and she was oversharing about her and Mendeecees. He got too caught up into it and ended up exposing her online. Now, according to her, he lying a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's all the blog's fault and everybody else's fault, not hers. Oh, Yandy Mandela also makes note that she did not have a physical relationship with a man. She said she only had an emotional relationship. Now, she didn't call it a relationship. She didn't call it nothing with a ship on the end of it. She just said she was emotionally attached. And I'm over here saying, girl, that's worse than the doggone smashing. Girl, fly away, bird. So now Yandy pulls up to somebody's empty restaurant with Collateral, and she's preparing to talk to him about the blogs and how they've been trying to tear their marriage down. Because see, in Yandy's mind, even though Collateral do be cheating, and even though allegedly she be cheating too, she feel like they've been working too hard on their marriage to let the blogs tear them down, okay? So she looks at Collateral and she's like, hey, honey, can I call you that? And he's just like, no. She's like, okay, I'm sorry. But I want to know what you think about this back and forth online and also this back and forth between us. Because, you know, this is really bad for us. We got to start doing better. We're not following each other on social media. We're not doing nothing. And these blogs is tearing us apart. She's saying as it pertains to me and you, it seemed like it's a bit of a tit for tat. Mind you, she's trying to make us believe she cheat too. So now Collateral was like, yeah, you know what, Yandy, you right. All this back and forth, tit for tat, blocking each other on social media, it is bad. Let me see. Do I remember the script? She was like, yeah, nigga, yeah. Remember I said what the next line? Oh, yeah, I remember the next line. So yeah, we gotta stop doing this, Yandy. I mean, I respect you, and respect is more than love. So Yandy had kicked him under the table and was like, that's not what I said in the script. The script is love is more than respect. And then he was like, no. Respect more than love. And she was like, stop playing, Mendeecees, stop. And he was like, no, I'm serious. I just respect you more than I love you. And you lucky I respect you. Hell, respect the only thing that got your ass up for Collateral right now. You feel what I'm saying? So either way, Yandy was like, okay, all jokes aside, Mendeecees, we have to figure this out and fix this. We have to fix fix this. So now Collateral hops into the confessional and the people asking him, do he believe that Yandy cheated and was it emotional or was it physical? Now he said that he believed it was emotional, but he also says that an emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating, and any and everybody knows this. So I don't even know why Yandy is going to put the story out there, or allegedly put it out there, and then flip it back and say, oh no, it was just emotional. See, Yandy is a horrible politician. She got to work on her lies. I don't like this. In Collateral, he's being forced to read scripts and memorize them. He ain't read this much in his whole life. He ain't even read in prison. Girl. So anyway, back at the table, Collateral was like, look, this is what we need to do, bro. We need to get back on the good foot. We gonna play like we like each other, play like we back cool. I'ma hold your hand in public, not gonna kiss you, but I will hold your hand. And I'll try not to go out to the strip clubs on the weekends. I'm gonna go Monday through Thursday, only during lunchtime, okay? Is that good? Is that good enough for you? And Yandy was like, I mean, I guess if that's what we have to do, Mendeecees, but I'm telling you, I just want this thing to work for us because this is our family. Our family. We came to Atlanta and this is our family and we're not going to let nobody tear us apart. Mendeecees said, shut your scoop head ass up. And she said, I'm sorry. Let's move on. So now we move to the next scene. Erica Banks and her girlfriend and Jessica are on her way to her mama house. She said that her mama is cooking dinner or something like that. And I don't know why she wants Jessica to meet her parents, because Jessica messy, but Jessica on the way. Now what so happened, she told Jessica that she just got a tattoo of the girl name. Now remember I told y'all at the beginning of the video, Erica been dating this girl for 3.5 days, okay? Erica done already discussed marriage, children, and a tattoo. Now this might be a lot for her parents to take, seeing as they only just started accepting her dating women, but Erica is on the fast track and I don't think she cares, but I hope she does, because Jessica messy and she gonna tell them, girl. So now they get to the house and Jessica's meeting her parents, and it seems like the parents are cool. It seems like they like the girl Dro. She came in and embraced the mama and the daddy. Everything was cool. And then Jessica jumps right into being messy and tells them or insinuates to them that my girl, Erica, got a tattoo. She didn't say what it was of, but she did say she had a new tattoo. Now the daddy was like, you got a new tattoo? And when he looked at it, Erica had the girl Dro's name on her neck. Now, this is a real tattoo. We all know tattoos are permanent. And I know the daddy probably felt a little cringe on the inside. Not because it's a girl, simply because it's a tattoo so early on in a relationship. But he took it in stride and was just like, you know what? You know, it is what it is. Now, I'm not going to hold you. If I'm looking at both of her parents, the daddy seemed a bit more easygoing than the mama. We gonna get to her in a second. Now, the daddy was like, I only have one issue, and my issue is you never got my name. Now, according to this situation, Erica has a tattoo of her mama name, but she don't have a tattoo of her daddy name. And he feels like, listen, I'm your daddy, girl. You should have a tattoo of me now. So then Jessica goes on to ask the daddy how he felt when he found out his daughter was dagging on the low. You know what I'm saying? Basically, how did it make you feel given that you guys are Christian parents? And oh, I forgot to mention to you guys, Jessica's father is a pastor as well. So she kind of relates to Erica in this way. Now, Erica's daddy was like, you know, it was an adjustment, but at the end of the day, we accept it. Now, the mama was like, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't like it. I'm going to be honest. I ain't going to sit up here and lie to y'all, girl. When she came home and told me she be scissoring, I wanted to take every pair of scissors I could find, put them in a pile and burn them. Even the game rock, paper, scissors. That's how mad I was. She said, but you know, through the grace of God, he brought me through it. He ain't through with me yet, but he brought me through it, okay? Now, Jessica was like, well, that's interesting. So what do you think about long-term situations? Now, at this point in time, Jessica, you being too messy. You was in that girl mama house being messy with that girl parents and all of that, girl. Leave that girl people alone. Go to your mama house and all of that. But I'm saying all that to say this. The dad seems a bit more forward and easier going than the mom. It seems like the mom will accept Erica for whatever it is she wants to do, but I think it's going to be a bit harder for her. But as far as the dad, he seems like he's just like, oh, that's what you're doing? Cool. So we'll see how it is. And Dro asked for his permission to marry his daughter. Let's move on. So now we move to the next scene. Lil Zayn has some new music and he's doing a song or album release. I don't know if it's an album, but he's doing a release or a listening party. That's what he's doing. And he's got his parents there and he's got his wife there. Now remember, if y'all remember last season, or was it a season or two ago, his mama don't like Ashley, who's his wife. His mama feels like Ashley is the side chick who got her son to leave his first baby mama and marry her. So this is about to be interesting with her and Ashley in the same room, because girl, they don't really like each other, okay? So anyways, the mama and daddy get there, Ashley gets there, and I'm not gonna lie, immediately there's something I can't really say that is unfamiliar about her. It's something about her that I can't quite put my finger on, but we gonna get into it here in a second. But Ashley is not really too keen on sitting across from the mama and daddy, because Ashley feel like I am the wife, girl. Y'all be treating me like I'm the side chick. But the mama feel like I don't care what your status is today. When you came on board, you were the side chick. I'm just saying that's what the mama think, okay? So now the mama starts to speak about how she knows all the birthdays of her grandkids and all the people in her family, and how that's something she prides herself on, or something like that, or something in that ballpark. And this makes Ashley a bit furious, because remember, Ashley and this lady don't like each other, okay? Ashley jumps in and was just like, well, I find that funny that you know all your grandkids' birthdays, but you don't know my kids' birthdays. You don't know my daughter's birthday. You don't know my son's birthday. So how is it that you know everybody's birthday? Now, Zayn is over there telling Ashley to chill. This my mama. We at an event. And she like, nah. She need to hear this. She want to sit in front of me and act like she know all her grandkids' birthdays, but she really don't. And I'm over here saying, Lord, please don't get the fighting in these people establishment now, y'all. So Ashley tells them that she's always felt like they treated her like she was second fiddle. They've never really respected the fact that she was the wife. And just like Zayn and his daddy, the daddy was like, this is not the time or the place, baby. We need to discuss this another time. And I'm over here saying, listen, I saw the preview of next episode, and y'all gonna see Zayn's parents or something else, child. But anyway, on the flip side, Zell pulls up to Zayn's release, and he's there being messy. He said he really been minding his own business, but he still keeps his nose in everybody else's. And he's been hearing about all the tea and everything that's been going on down here in these streets. Now, Zayn is over there having a conversation with Ashley, because at this time, she had done moved over from that whole situation with her mother-in-law. Now, when she gets over there, he tells her, girl, it's something different about you. And she says, oh my God, well, first of all, I'm wearing my natural hair. And then also, I want to let you guys know that I did have a few tweaks done to my face. Not a lot, just a little. Zayn was there. He approved. And I had a few tweaks done. Not too much. What do you guys think? And I'm over here saying that's what it is. Her face looks a bit fuller, but you can't really tell because she has a different hairstyle. Now, I must say, it was very smart of you, girl, to go natural when you debut this look, because going natural would take our eyes off the fact that your face may have had something done to it. So kudos for being smart and being quick on your feet. But I will be honest and admit, the little work don't look bad. It really don't. Her face actually just looks a bit fuller. Look like she probably gained 5 pounds in her face or something like that. I don't think she needs it. I don't think she needed it. But ultimately, she did it. She said Zayn was cool with it. And I'm just giving y'all the commentary on it. But yeah, my girl got a little tweaks done to her face. And I'm just saying that's where it starts. And it wasn't just me just saying it. Even Zell was telling her, girl, you done got them little tweaks. It's cute now. Be careful. You will be in the group changing faces by midnight if you keep going, playing and tweaking in your face. And I'm with Zell. Listen, it starts off cute. Plastic surgery is literally addictive. Go do the research. That's how it starts. So hopefully she doesn't go further than where she's gone. Hopefully it's just a one-time thing. Because if Ashley gets bit by the surgery bug, she'll be on the highway to hell in 5 minutes. Do you hear me? Now, Jock, Scrap, and whoever this 24-hour dude is sitting there talking, having a conversation, waiting on Zayn to come out. And basically, Scrap asked Jock if he's going to tell 3 earrings what Collateral had said about him keeping his P word, Peter Bird, y'all know what it is, in his mouth. Basically, keep talking about who he's sleeping with. And so Jock was like, well, I hadn't planned on it. And then Scrap was like, well, could you at least let him know that Collateral running around here saying that Rashida want to hop on this little meat? And before he could turn around and say no, here come 3 earrings and Put it on them, make them wanna marry me. Here they go. Here they come. Oh, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? And then Jock was like, man, look, let me just tell you what we was talking about. Now, I heard in the background that they had to ask Jock a million times what they were saying. But either way, he started spilling the beans. So Jock was like, yeah, we had went hollered at Collateral, and he was telling us that he didn't appreciate you and your wife doing interviews, talking crazy about him, and y'all projecting all y'all stuff onto them. And he also said that you like to keep his Petey Bird in your mouth. And then Scrap was like, nah, let me tell him. Scrap was like, not only did he say you was keeping his Petey Bird in your mouth, he also said that while your wife running around here trying to do interviews and drag me and talk about who I'm sleeping with, she need to be going around here telling everybody in the world how she really be choosing on me and how she really want me. Now, this is what Scrap is telling Three Earrings. Now, at this point in time, I'm over here saying now, as a man, I'm pretty positive Three Earrings about to lose it. Cause Jock over here amen and everything Scrap said and was like, yup, he sure did say that. I was there when he said it. And Three Earrings just got his head down like, oh, for real? He said that? Man, that's crazy. Now, Rashida is not happy about this. She was like, that nigga said what? What he said? He said that I wanted to do what? Do he know who I am? And I said, Rashida, do you know who you are, girl? So then Rashida looks over to Kirk and was like, Three Earrings, are you going to say anything? And Three Earrings was like, yes, I am going to say something. So Three Earrings looked over to the camera and said, listen, I would like to say that I don't ever want to have contact with Mendeecees or Yandy ever again. That's what Collateral had to say. Now, they both admitted that they should just all fly back to New York. And I say, welcome to the party. You're late. I've been said that. But that wasn't the part that got me. The part that got me was Rashida's response. Rashida was like, he said I did what? That nigga can't even talk. Why would he say I want to do something with him? Now, Rashida, get in here, disco ball. So Rashida hopped in the confessional to tell us that she would never date a man who's a house husband, who's married to a wife who goes off and cheat on him while he stay at home. Let me help you correct that right quick. Collateral do not stay at home when Yandy be outside cheating. He be in the strip clubs, baby. But that's not the point. The point I'm over here to say is, how dare you throw that rock in that glass house? Girl, do you see who you married to? Rashida. Girl, Rashida, you look a mess. Even when you look good, you somehow look a mess. Wasn't it K. Michelle who got on this internet and said you the longest running fool on the internet and on TV? K. Michelle ain't told one lie. Listen, I get it. You feel some type of way. Now you all over there in your feelings. But at the end of the day, y'all did do the interview, Rashida. He's responding. All's fair in love and war. And as for your husband, who over there acting like he really don't want the smoke, girl, it is what it is. If your husband ain't that mad and you mad, you need to be questioning what's going on in your marriage. Where's the break of communication and the break in love? Girl, please. Now, off in the corner looking like FBI agents, Collateral and Yandy Luther the King is over there talking about, babe, you see everybody in here? Look at Collateral. Keep your head on a swivel, babe. It's a lot of demons in here, a lot of ops, a lot of enemies. And I'm over here saying, Collateral, please, take your glasses off, Ray Charles. It ain't even dark out here. So now Rashida and Three Earrings see Yandy and Mendeecees walk in and they are pissed. Well, not they, just Rashida. Kirk don't care. But Rashida was like, it's disrespectful. I am a wife. That is disrespectful to Kirk. And I'm over here saying, girl, you got to let Kirk say that. You can't say that, girl. Anyway, she is livid. Her whole night is ruined at this point. And they looking at Yandy and them as ops. And Yandy and them in the corner looking at them like, checkmate. Look at Yandy. Look at Collateral talking about they forgot who they was messing with, yo. I said, no, they didn't forget Mendeecees. This is the most we ever heard you talk, nigga. That's why they didn't know. They didn't forget. They had to know in the beginning to forget. Mendeecees, go away from me with this. Girl, who put Tangerine back in the confessional? What do you want? Oh, that's what she said. So now Yandy crawls into the confessional to tell us that she had a friend in New York who had warned her about Rashida and 3 earrings, and she didn't listen. Now, my thing is this, you little messy heifer. Why are you going to get on here and tell us the information and don't tell us who told you? Who was the couple or the person that told you to watch out for Rashida and 3 earrings? It don't matter. You didn't listen, dummy. And oh, by the way, since you came back in the confessional unwanted, you had said that you had an emotional relationship with that man over there in London, the UK, where they drink tea and eat biscuits and all that. Well, the streets is saying something different. Hold on. So now, according to this blog that I found on Twitter, I didn't say it. This is what they said. So this is all alleged. Somebody had said that this man in the picture is the one you was down there cheating on Mendeecees with. And if that's the case, I understand. But then they also said that these were his words. He said, out of respect for everyone involved, I've stayed silent as the internet did what it does. But to be clear, yes, I was involved with Yandy Luther the King Smith, and it was not just a one-time situation. It happened over a period of time. I'm not here to argue, defend, or point fingers. I take responsibility for my part and am moving forward privately. I won't be speaking on this again. Respectfully, let's move on. Now listen, first of all, that's my word, sir. First of all, then second of all, allegedly, this is the man and this is what the man has said. Now, I don't know if it's true. I'm just giving y'all the tea because I'm doing the review. Now, at the end of the day, we'll see how this goes, girl. Let's move on. So now, it's time for Zayn to come his little bitty behind out to the stage. And Kirk and his wife, Rashida, is sitting in the audience waiting for him to come out. But see, Rashida is too annoyed. She said that she can't even concentrate because just looking at the face of Yandy and Collateral is just making her stomach nauseous. Now, 3 earrings don't care. 3 earrings actually was just like, girl, it's not even as deep, girl. We can watch this little show and move around. But after Rashida has heard the things that she's heard, as far as Collateral going around saying she want to be with him or she want him, she says she can no longer take this. She don't know how long she could look at him. And when they looked over and panned over to Collateral in the corner, he looked like a thief in the night. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, Collateral, what did you do to these people? Is it true? Was Rashida flirting with you one day and you just never said nothing and you just tucked it on the tuck until Mad Day, and now that it came out, now she really mad? Like, what happened? I'm trying to see something. Anyway, so she jumps up and was like, you know what, Kirk, I'm done and I'm ready to go. And Kirk was like, all right, I'm going to catch you later then. And she was like, Kirk, get up. We have to go home together. We married. And he was like, oh, my bad. So Kirk and Rashida ended up leaving. Kirk didn't want to leave, but he ended up having to leave because Rashida said it was time to go. So now Zayn takes the stage, and this is a proud moment for Zayn, because I don't know if I said this earlier in the review. Zayn said he ain't put an album out in years, and when I tell you he ain't lying, girl, Zayn had an album out before I had my child, and she is 22 years old. You get it? But this is the part that really stuck out to me. Over in the corner, I see his lovely, crazy-looking wife swaying in the wind to no beats, and she's over there talking about how Zayn is the love of her life because when she was in high school, she had his poster in her locker. Now, according to Ashley, she's basically living her dream because she's married to her high school crush. And I said, now that makes sense to why you so slow. Zayn literally married his fan. You can't make this up, child. So now on the flip side, Yandy goes over to meet up with Kendra, and the first thing Kendra asks her about is what's going on in the blogs. Now Yandy already know everybody gonna ask her, so she's kind of bracing herself for it. And according to Kendra, she was like, girl, you need a lawyer. You got a lawyer, girl, for all this stuff going on in the blogs. And I'm over here saying, Kendra, shut up. You ain't even got a lawyer. And you a lawyer. Shut up, Kendra. But anyway, Yandy was like, girl, it's just so much going on. I can't even really do nothing. And I'm saying she guilty. So anyway, here comes Ashley. Hey, Yandy. Hey, Kendra. Just wanted to come over and see how you girls were doing and also be messy because the producers told me to. So what's going on in the blogs, Yandy? You're all over the blogs. You're kind of a hot topic. What's happening? Is it true? Are the things they saying about Mendeecees in these voice clips, are they true? And look at Yandy. See, I was about to lie to you, but I caught myself. Let me tell you the truth. Were the voice clips Mendeecees? Yes. Was it something I just found out about? No. We've already discussed it. Now, I don't know if you guys have paid attention when it comes down to Yandy getting outed for being a dummy. She always likes to act like she been knew about it. Y'all ain't caught on to that. Every time we find out Mendeecees done cheated again, she already knew. So now Ashley is trying to make heads or tails of what's true and what's false. Because Ashley was like, so I'm confused. So is it true that he cheated? Or is it only true that the voice notes are true? And according to Yandy, she says the voice notes are real, but him cheating is not true. Now, like I said, Yandy wants us all to play in her reindeer games. Yandy, you wouldn't make a great politician. You're not a good liar. And you look guilty when you do it. You do. And I get it. Some people might feel like she lied with a straight face, but I study people and I can tell when Yandy lying. Her voice influx, her body language, it all gives her away. It literally does. And nobody's buying any of this story. And Ashley over there talking about, oh, I don't know who to believe. I don't know what to believe. Shut up. Now, Yandy wants us also to believe that when they talked about it in the past, allegedly, she said that she asked him about it and he said that he only did it because it was her fault. She was saying she didn't want to be in a relationship no more and that he just was doing it out of spite, but he didn't really do nothing and he didn't touch nobody. According to Yandy, Yandy said that they discussed it and said they were going to work on their marriage, and that's all there is to talk about. Now, Mendeecees sees Scrap and Jock, and they basically tell him that we just told Kirk and Rashida what you were saying about them keeping your petey whacker in their mouths, and we also told them that you said Rashida wanted to choose up on you. So we just let you know that we said it. Now, Collateral was like, that's cool. It's cool. I said it once, I could say it twice, and I said what I said, and I stand on it. He was like, they don't know who they messing with. They've been going around doing all these interviews, talking crazy about me and my wife, worry about where my little Peter Whacker been. They keep my Peter Whacker in their mouth every time you turn around, and it's weird. And look at Scrap, because he must have said Peter Whacker like a million times. And when I say Peter Whacker, I mean the clinical scientific term for it. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm sorry. Okay? But Scrap is over there like, oh my God, the fact that he keeps saying his Peter Whacker and that man's name so many times is making me uncomfortable. And it was kind of making me uncomfortable too, Chris Naive. But either way, like Collateral said, I would never have your Peter Whacker or Jock's Peter Whacker in my mouth. So I really appreciate them keeping mine up out of theirs. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, this is a very uncomfortable situation for my boys Jock and Skriznai, but they gonna go with the move because they trying to make peace amongst the crew. Now, Jock wants to know if it's a possibility that they could maybe talk about it, maybe see where they went wrong and if they could squash things. And according to Collateral, he said it's up and it's stuck. He don't ever want to hear from the Frost again. They fake and he don't want nothing to do with them. So it doesn't seem to be any reconciliation in the near future for the two couples. Now, let's move on. So now we move to the next scene. Erica and Dro goes to see her father and they're visiting her uncle's church. So like I said, the pastorship runs deep in her family. But Erica is there to ask, or at least to have Dro ask her father for her permission to ask Erica to marry her. So basically, they trying to go traditional. My girl Dro want to go to her father-in-law and say, Father, I need your permission to marry your daughter, okay? So either way, they get to talking and Dro pulled the daddy aside and was like, you know, first of all, can I start by saying Dro voice deep as hell? That's scary. Either way, but she's asking the dad, she's like, hey, I love your daughter. I know, I've been with her for about 2 weeks. And I know that might be a short time, but either way, I love your daughter. She loved me. I get it. We be fighting and stuff. But none of that matters because I love your daughter and I want to marry her and spend the rest of my life with her. So Dro goes on to ask her soon-to-be father-in-law for his permission to marry his daughter. Now, originally, he looked over in the corner because he does know Erica knows why she's over there talking to him. But he's like, you know what? At the end of the day, if you love my daughter and my daughter love you, I'm here to bless it. So he goes over and give Erica a big hug after she was trying to play like she didn't know what was going on. But he basically tells her, look, girl, if that's your partner, that's the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, I give you the blessing. He's okay with Erica marrying the love of her life, even if she just met her love 15 minutes ago. I love the support of the daddy. Now, the one thing that stuck out to me, and I think a lot of parents could take a note out of this book that this man used, because basically his response was golden. He basically looked at Erica and said, listen, you know what the Bible says about this. So basically, your decision is yours, and I support whatever it is you want to do. And I think all parents should think that way, or at least try to adopt that way of thinking, because you can't make a child go the way you want them to go or do what you want them to do. Your child's life is their life, and you can't live it for them. So I think that was dope. I don't know how believable this storyline is, but for the purposes of the show, we just gonna go with the move. Let's move on. So now Rashida is at home still boiling about the fact that Mendeecees going around saying that she want a little piece of collateral. Now, my thing is this, Rashida. If it ain't true, why are you so mad? I get it. It was very disrespectful for him to even say something like that. But the disrespect lies more on the side of Kirk than you. He should be more upset about this than you are. Yet and still 3 earrings still running around the kitchen with that half smile, acting like he don't know what's going on. I'm telling you, girl, Rashida, girl, I don't know who arranged this here marriage, but girl, that man don't love you, girl. Either way, Rashida and Kirk got to talking about it, and Kirk basically told Rashida that he didn't appreciate those words, and that, like I said earlier, he don't never want nothing to do with Yandy and Mendeecees, and they need to go back to New York. But I feel like, how y'all gonna now call foul when y'all was the ones on the interviews dragging and dragging and dragging? Y'all just don't like that they hit back, and they hit back as hard. Like, you can't swing on somebody and then get mad when they knock you out. Like, it is what it is. This is the social media reality TV game. Y'all lost. But Rashida wants to drag this thing out. She feels like they have crossed the line, or at least Mendeecees has crossed the line by saying that she wanted to mess with him. Girl, of all the lines that's been crossed on this show, how dare you? Girl, please. And look at this bad bitch. 3 earrings hopped into the confessional like a bad bitch in bodycon to tell us that he has had enough and he will not tolerate disrespect to his wife. He just not gonna tell it to collateral though. Get up off of here, baddie. And look at Rashida. Don't worry about it, husband. You know I ain't never giving away this coochie. This coochie belongs to one person, and his name is Kirk. So you ain't gotta never worry about me putting it on nobody else and making them want to marry me, because I done already put it on you and made you marry me. And look at Kirk. Poor Kirk was so disappointed. He finally thought he was going to be able to get out of this marriage by Yandy cheating with collateral, but she won't even take the out. You can't make this up, girl. Let's move on. Now, Sierra and her husband are in the car, and apparently she just miscarried her baby. I don't know how far along she was, but according to Sierra, this isn't the first miscarriage she's had with Zay. Now, mind you, her and Zay ain't been married but about a year. So how many miscarriages did they have? Maybe it's been more than a year, but it don't feel that long. But either way, she says she miscarried the baby, and she's going through a lot trying to deal with it because she wants to be able to have a baby for him. She feels unworthy or unwhole, and as a woman I completely understand that. Now Zay is over there trying to be a loving and supportive husband. He says that he ain't going nowhere and they still got time to try, and I said no you don't. Sierra really 60 in real life. See, you gotta look up under about 4 of them faces. I'm just saying, I'm trying to help you. But either way, Sierra is going through it in the backseat of the vehicle, and I'm not going to lie, my heart goes out to her. I hope this is a true story. I hope that this is not a storyline, and this is not something that she's just using for love and hip-hop, because I did find it odd that she would even admit or at least announce that she's pregnant so early on, and she's had a history of a lot of miscarriages. Most women won't do that. So Zay decided that he was going to take her somewhere nice and sweet and you know, somewhere romantic to have her know that he loves her and he supports her. So I'm over here thinking, oh my God, he's probably going to do a helicopter ride, maybe a picnic. I was like, no, it's too dark. Where is he going to take this girl? Why did Zay bring her to the side of the bridge with a train in the background? It's the thought that count, huh? Anyways, they assured her or reassured her that he loves her, he ain't going nowhere, and they can always try again. Now, this is the thing. Sierra is ready to jump out and try really, really soon. She's ready to start in the next 6 weeks. She says that she knows that he wants a kid. She even goes to ask him would he want a girl or a boy. And honestly, this is dangerous. And let me tell you why. Sierra mentioned that she miscarries these babies and she can't get past 2 months pregnant. That tells you that there's something medically wrong there. For her to continue to live in the fantasy and not live in reality of the problems she's facing as far as, oh, what kind of baby you want, what you want, that could be dangerous for her marriage. That could literally end her marriage. As a matter of fact, it has ended many marriages in the past. A lot of women would rather reside in that area of fantasy that's wrapped around this marriage and baby thing instead of really figuring out what they need to do and be realistic about the issues that they're facing so that they can face them head on and be successfully pregnant. This has gotten people divorced so many times in the past. And the root cause of this situation is not being realistic, okay? Now, I'm not saying that Sierra can't have no baby. What I'm saying is instead of just jumping right back in, going to get re-pregnant, she probably should figure out what's going on. But either way, they ended up having a nice night on the bridge, and that's where the episode ended. So what do you guys think about the episode? Do me a favor, drop down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on all platforms, and I'll catch y'all on the next one, girl. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.